Hey, my little mangoes! What's up? So this is part 2 of the fanfiction I read in the last video, which is my own fanfiction. I have it written down on paper, not on a website, so that's fun. This is part 2. So my little mangoes, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in because I am terrible at intros. Alright, let's just hop right into it. Sorry. Bye. A couple months passed and I decided I'm going to start training. The exams for UA are coming up soon and I gotta get training done. I managed to update my Quirk, upgrade I should probably say, because that's what everyone else in class seems to want to call it. Oh well. I've been training for a very long time now. I mostly train with my dad. I go across seas, I guess you can call it. He kind of lives very far away, considering his work thing and everything. I have to go travel over there to go visit him, since he can't really leave his spot due to his work. So I go over there, and while he's not doing work, I train with him like that. When I started doing this, Izuku and Katsuki were mad, considering I couldn't spend as much time with him. Or them, I should say. Though Izuku started acting very strange as the months progressed. After I came back every other week to go and spend time here, once I was done with my training for the other 2 weeks, it seemed to get different every time. Izuku was training a lot harder and was a lot stronger than usual. He could even carry me certain areas. Sometimes he would cover me in a blanket and carry me certain areas because he said that he didn't want anyone hurting his sister. I didn't get it, considering I don't see why they would want to hurt me just because I'm not wearing a blanket around me, but oh well. He would often look at Katsuki a certain way, which made Katsuki look anywhere else besides Izuku, though he would still yell at Izuku a lot. Which I'm guessing never changed and never will change, but oh well. Katsuki also seemed to develop his quirk upgrade his quirk in a way. I'll just refer to it as upgrade from now on. Katsuki seemed to upgrade his quirk in a very weird way. He managed to get a couple moves done, and he seems to be getting a lot stronger with muscle-wise. So is Izuku. A freaking 4-pack? Last time you had a 0-pack, that's last time I checked, and I was only gone for about, 4 months? It's only been 4 months of me off and on coming here, and going over there. So how is he getting out so fast? I was working my butt off to try to upgrade my quirk. I can make so many more things, and I can create so much more before I have to puke. But it's not enough. I still can't create really big things using my really weird quirk. By the way, guys, I'm gonna go and explain her quirk in a very explained sense. If you don't want to watch this, just keep pushing going 10 seconds until you hear me stop. I'm sorry, I don't know what time I'll be stopping, so sorry. Basically, Wine's quirk there's a fire in her stomach which produces a type of acid, which when it bubbles and pops, it goes into a type of mist type of form and travels through her stomach acid into her arms where it shoots out of her fingers. There she can move it around and stuff like that. She can harden it together because stomach acid kind of comes together into she can move everything together, putting particles and particles together, kind of. If you put it together enough, it's kind of like creating ice out of water, but different, slightly. Like making gelatin versions of anything else, except a little bit harder. I'm not sure how to explain it like that, but that's the best I can probably explain her quirk. Wyan, her quirk does a good toll on herself. She can't eat large amounts of food at a time because her stomach needs a lot more time to process it so that way it can become fuel for her quirk. she has to eat a big variety of snacks around the day, due to the fact that she has to, if she wants to power her quirk, she has to have something in her system while doing, just not overdoing it. So like having like, you know, a couple crackers, a cookie every now and then throughout the day. She has to have a couple snacks on her if she wants to maintain her quirk, because it has to bubble up some acid. So she has to keep, you know, stuff in the system, just she can't overdo it or else it'll overload the system. She has to be very careful with her quirk, basically. It does hurt her after a while of using her quirk because it's a lot of acid being used, and acid does not feel good. Picture puking out of your fingertips a lot. It would tend to hurt after a while. So she is constantly kind of feeling a little bit of a pain until it gets to unbearable where she actually does puke. That's kind of just one of the side effects of her quirk, that she just has that happen to her a lot. It's not very fun, but that is what her quirk does. So she can basically harden and create type of structures out of her mist that she can create through stomach acids, which goes from her stomach to her arms. Don't ask me how it goes through there. Picture it, okay, if you guys are Naruto fans, picture it like chakra strands going from your stomach to your hands, spreading out through all your fingers. Picture it like that. That is the best explanation I have. Anywho, without further ado, back to the story. So, where was I? Hold on. Eventually, the day comes where, sadly, it's time for the exams. I am so nervous. Not much for myself, but more for Izuku. I know he can do it, but without a quirk, I'm a little nervous. Though I have a feeling this isn't just gonna be a simple, you know, fight a robot stage. Considering heroes have to do so many more things than just fighting villains. They have to help people. Civilians are the whole reason heroes were created, to protect them, to help them. So there has to be like a moral thing too, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know why I kept this to myself. I figured it was just kind of a loose information. I shouldn't put it on Izuku, making him think something else when it could be nothing at all. So I figured I wouldn't overload it. I'm not going to tell Katsuki because I figured he wouldn't do anything with the information anyway. So I figured I'd just keep it to myself. Izuku looks very pumped and very excited to be there. At the same time, he looks super nervous. While walking, not even 3 steps into entering the place, Izuku trips and almost lands on his face. Katsuki is just a little bit ahead of us, and he slightly turns around, chuckles, and then walks back while I turn around completely to see Izuku floating in midair. I give it a very questioning look when I look up and see a brown-haired girl who is smiling and touching Izuku on the sides. I'm guessing her quirk stopped him, and suddenly she starts talking. Hey there, sorry that I stopped your fall, but I figured you wouldn't want to fall. It's a bad omen. And therefore she starts talking. I don't know why, I got a weird vibe from her. She seemed sweet. So Izuku then goes on to stammer and blush and all the adorable things. He really has no idea how to talk to girls. It was so funny to watch. As Izuku jumps around and scrambles around without even getting to say a single word, she just waves and walks away. I wave back as she walks, and Izuku totally freaks out that he just talked to a girl. He didn't really talk, though. My poor bro. He's never gonna get a girlfriend. Anywho. So we end up moving on, going inside. We sit next to Katsuki, and for some reason I'm sitting between them two, but oh well. They explain the roles, and no one really talks back to Mike when it comes to all this stuff, like he wanted us to. I didn't bother with the first time, and apparently nobody wanted to bother either, so I guess kind of kept the flow. Oh well. So everything seemed like it was going okay, the roles were being explained, when all of a sudden someone... Oops. Sorry guys, my computer fell asleep. Okay. Someone in the background started yelling at President Mike, asking about another one, and told my brother to shut up. I got mad, but I kept my cool, because Izuku held me down. I guess I gotten so used to his muttering that I just kind of tuned it out. Whoops. Apparently, though, he did point out something very useful. There are level 0 bots, and there's only one level 0 bot in the entire course, so that should be pretty easy to avoid and not care about. Later, we find out which room we're going to go to, and apparently I'm going to room area C, or whatever that says. Okay. I don't know. Katsuki then looks at my card and then looks at Izuku's card, and starts to explain how we won't be able to go with the same people. That's great. So that means I won't be able to help my bro out. We all go to our centers, Izuku going to B, I'm going to C, and Katsuki going to A. There were a lot of people there. I was just trying to calm myself down and wait for the upcoming time. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Alright. And everyone's off. I'm running as fast as I can. I'm kind of using my mist to kind of glide me in a way, considering my mist kind of moves however I wanted to move by using something similar to my mom's quirk with the whole kind of telekinesis over my mist. I kind of use it to push me in front of everyone else and start blasting away at all the robots. Halfway through the time, I have about 27 points, and I'm getting pretty good. Halfway through, I see a guy trip and fall, and he kind of gets smashed by a couple of pieces of metal. I run over to go help him as fast as I can, but then a huge robot just shows out of nowhere. It's terrifying. I quickly get the guy out of the metal and help him to run away. But the robot was going to crush about 3 other people that were there. I had no choice. I wasn't going to let anyone get hurt. That's the whole reason of becoming a hero for me, after all. Innocent lives get lost all the time thanks to heroes. And thanks to villains. It's kind of an equal thing. I want to be the one hero that doesn't do that. Some heroes are bad. Some villains are good. Some villains are bad. Some heroes are good. I want to be a good hero. At least that's how I've always seen society. I guess that's why I've always wanted to be one. So, I charged straight forward, and unleashed pretty much my whole quirk out. I created something much huger than I was supposed to, and basically blasted the hell out of that robot. It fell backwards and basically exploded. I helped the other guys out, but I felt so weak. I almost crashed when something almost hit me in the head. Someone managed to push me out of the way. Some guy with black hair and red eyes. He gave me a thumbs up and said, "That was super nice of you and cool. How manly. Sorry, but I gotta get going, but that was really cool of you." And he runs off. I yell a thanks real quick and I go back to trying to get more points. Right as I get to my last point, which equals me out to about 28 points, the final bell rings. Beep! And we're all finished. A lot of people, well, about 5 or 6 people come up to me saying thank you for helping them with the whole robot situation. I explained to them it was no problem and smiled away, like I normally do. That boy with the black hair and red eyes started to stare at me. I went up to see if everything was okay, We actually chatted for a while. He was okay. He was a pretty nice guy. He was super about manliness, I guess you could say. I found out his name was Kirishima, and that he was here because of an idol of his, and he wanted to be there to save other people, and the usual for wanting to be heroes. I told him my goals, and he thought it was admirable, though I left out the whole I questioned some heroes' motives part because a lot of people don't like it when I say that. We finished the exam and we all get back together. Me, Katsuki, and Izuku. We get back to our group. I wave bye to Kirishima when I run back. Then Katsuki, Izuku, both give me the most questioning and weird look I've ever seen. I said I made a friend on the way of doing that, and Katsuki's kind of muffled, predictable, I think. I don't know. He was kind of hard to hear. We both decided to go all together to go home, while Izuku looked devastated. I feel terrible. I'm terrified of what could happen. I'm just hoping he got enough hero points. If that was an actual thing. Which I really hope it was, because I didn't get enough points from what I think. Katsuki asked my score, kind of gruffly, and then I told him I would only tell him if he told me his first. He just huffed and yelled out his answer, grinning like a, spoiled rat. But oh well. I told him my answer while we both looked at Izuku expectingly when he didn't say a thing. This is where I got really worried. I decided to push off the subject before Katsuki could say anything else, because Lord knows if I didn't, we would be in a lot of trouble. So I ended up breaking off the little thing that was happening between them, and suggested we went to go get something before going home. We all picked up something, Katsuki gloating about something while Izuku didn't speak or say a word. Eventually we went home. Everything seemed fine. Katsuki went to his house. We both waved goodbye while he just scoffed and walked the other way and said later losers, like usual. During dinner is when I really got scared. Izuku was just blindly staring at his fish. Hadn't said a word. Looking so disappointed, but has such a creepy smile on his face. Me and Mom basically hid in our seats while trying to poke him awake. Eventually, he woke up from his little trance while Mom said that she was going to go check the mail while I went there to go comfort Izuku. We sat on the couch in the house and kind of just talked, and I patted him on the back saying he was going to be okay and, sister-brother bond. When suddenly Mom starts screaming from the door that the results were in. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention there was a time skip from when they eat dinner from the exam. There's a small time skip I forgot to mention. I'm sorry. Anywho, me and Izuku both go into our rooms and we open our letters. I got in. And All Might's gonna be in our school? That's so cool. I was so worried about Izuku, but in the letter it said for me not to worry. Izuku passed. At least that's what All Might said. I exited out of the door, almost crying in happiness. I hugged Mom immediately. It was so great. Then Izuku's door opened. We both looked at Izuku. He passed, right? That's what All Might said, right? He looked up with an unreadable expression on his face and said, I passed. We all jumped for joy and hugged him immediately. It was such a great celebration. We all made it. We all passed. We couldn't wait for the upcoming. Who knows what would happen? I'm just excited to see what's gonna come. I wonder how he did it. I knew he could. Da-da-da-da. And that's all for now, little mangoes. That is part 2 of my comic. Yay! I got it out. Yay! I did it. Thank you, little mangoes, for watching. You guys are all my little favorite little mangoes. While we are in quarantine, though, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, but please stay at home, stay safe. You guys are my little mangoes, and I would not want to lose you. I love every single one of you. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe, my little mangoes, and I hope you guys liked it. I really love this comic. I made it a long time ago, and I really hope you guys like it. Part 3 will be coming out shortly on the same day. I'm going to be posting 1, 2, and then 3 within like maybe an hour of each other, maybe less. But I'm going to go ahead and make part 3 in a little bit, and I'll probably post it later. So 1, 2, and 3 will be posted today, and I'll probably have 4 and 5 out on a later date. Hope you guys like my comic, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, little mangoes! Ba-da-da!